Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts. Robert Reese. Hot facts. Hot facts. Robert Reese. Hot facts. Gig economy. Robert Reese. News channel. Gig economy. News channel. Hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts. 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 Hey. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts. Hot facts. Hot facts. Robert Reese. Hey. Gig economy. News channel. Hot facts with Robert Reese. Sit back, relax, and listen. Come on. Get these hot facts. K-Reese 007 for hot facts with Robert Reese. Thank you for tuning in. Hot facts, hot facts. Hot facts with Robert Reese. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts. Robert Reese. Hot facts. Hot facts. Robert Reese. Hot facts. Gig economy. Robert Reese. News.
What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? It is gig time. Hot Facts with Robert Reese, the official news channel of the gig economy, up here at a Popeyes right now. About to pick up this order. We got a pretty good show. Before we do start the show, make sure you guys check out the rideshare side. Make sure you guys check out all sides of the gig world. Make sure you check out all videos. You may find something that you may want to do. Not everyone wants to do food delivery. Not everyone wants to do roadie. Not everyone wants to do curry. Not everyone wants to do shopping deliveries. Some people want to do like plasma and blood and things like that. So look at all the channels and then see what's out there. And I'll tell you exactly why, because we're gonna have a segment here where we're gonna see how good the gig economy is and the future. Yep. They said they're gonna come out and bring the order to the front. Popeyes people, if you are ever at a Popeyes, they do that all the time because it's chicken. And then sometimes I think they don't think that some people are gonna order some of the things on the menu, so they just don't have it ready. They don't tell you that, but I do think that that is what happens. And I'm gonna go ahead and reverse park right here. So we got a pretty good show. Oh, and I want to say there's a channel bet on something. What is it, Amelia? It's bet is the bird, or bet is the word. It's one of those channels. It's a channel like that, and it's by the name of JP. A guy. Yep, yep. His name is JP, and he was in a chat yesterday and said something about the news or whatever. JP, I have to address this really quick. You have to watch the news and watch the channel before you start speaking. You said that when you made the video about the herbivore that I never responded to you. I did on Easter, on my live stream on Easter. If you go through the live stream, it's titled how I have my I made it easy for you. I made it easy for you. How I have my titles here. Okay, like we're gonna do today, like we're gonna do we're gonna do a corrupt Karen cop that tried to abuse a delivery driver. Okay, so I have it up there. So when you go on the live on Easter, which it's not one of my series or one of my shows, it's a standard, just a regular live stream. It's you go ahead and check it out. Matter of fact, let me give you the correct title for it. Can you click on just click on my thing on here, right here. Let me just do this for you so I can give you the correct title so that you can go ahead and watch it. It is on. Okay. Grown man threatens teens and prominent delivery driver makes huge mistake. That is 3 days ago. It is on that one, and it is titled, it's titled Pedro Fans. And I start off with going, I start off with going, and I'm answering you all the way there. So I didn't want you to think that I did not respond to you, because I did see you in another channel saying that I did not respond to you when I actually did. But that's the benefit of being a news channel. You don't forget to watch the things you have to watch before you make your comments on them. So just go ahead, go click on that video, and I did the response to you. And hopefully it answers everything that you said in your video. Okay, so we did that. And oh, I have to do this too. I went ahead and checked out the guy's channel. They're trying to get me to do a debate with someone who I don't know. He don't know me. I went and checked his channel out. He was talking about views and everything, and they were applauding him. I got more than him and all that other stuff. But here's the thing. I'm a monetized channel, and they want me to do this on a channel that has 16 subs. 3 of those are Jake Reed, Trevor Lawrence, and Kevin Dean. All those are me. So, but this is why. I'm a monetized channel, and if you guys want to have, and it seems like you guys want to have an intellectual debate, it seems like you guys want to go and use my rules with time limits, the 90 seconds and all that. You get done, you give them a chance to go ahead and rebuttal and do all that. I am all the way perfectly fine. He's about to bring this order really quick so we can put it up inside this bag. Thank you. Okay, put those in that bag there. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's put these in that bag right there and put those in that bag. I am A-okay, and I am A-okay with everything that I heard, even though, you guys say you want to go ahead and expose me kind of hard. You guys said that I'm educated, but I may not be street smart. I'm from the hood. Um, best of both worlds. Book smart, brain smart, the hood, Orange County, all over. Um, had a chance to go ahead and play some sports, do my thing, and got a chance to do some things and start doing my own businesses. So, I speak a certain way and I speak a certain way. So, but here's how I am accepting what you want. I will go on that channel, but I want my people to have the ability to watch an intellectual conversation and debate so they can hear all the answers all the way through. I show my face. I know you guys don't. That's another thing there, but I am willing to do that if I only have one stipulation on StreamYard, and I know he knows this, and they tried to say no last night. On StreamYard, you have the ability to hit the option in your settings that you allow a guest to stream on their own channel also. My guest would not be in the chat set section on his channel, but they will be watching the same feed. And also, if I'm going to be in an intellectual debate and my information is going to be going out there for what let's say 9 bar for what I have to do, I want to stream to my channel so I can also have my ads playing in the middle of my stuff and I can get my revenue off of that also. The channel that you want me to go on has no light, no one will ever know, and it'll just be something for a small group of people. I want to have this intellectual debate so many more people can go ahead and see it. I don't want to do a uh restream. I don't want any of that. I want to have it done just like that. You have the ability to do that on StreamYard, and I'll be on your show. It'll just be streaming on mine also. And everyone will be able to hear the intellectual conversation that you say you guys want to have with me. Also, for the gentleman that was on there, uh, they said, here he goes to do an interview. The reason why I say yes, I'll talk to you anytime we can do an interview. When I conduct my interviews, if you go to my playlist, you can look at my interviews and you will see how I conduct my interviews. You will see that that is all the way up your alley. You will also see how I do things with local food businesses and how I interview them and I promote them. You'll see that that's exactly how it is. You'll also be able to go ahead and see how I don't talk over and do all that other stuff when it comes to doing a show. You can watch the hot seat and you can see the different topics. And when someone gets on there, it's the exact same way. So I don't know why you didn't go check to do your research. You are an auditor. So when you are an auditor, you make sure you go and check and get all of your information right so that you don't get arrested, so that you don't get trespassed and everything else. Well, if you're going to want to go ahead and say, well, I don't, you do this and you do that, and you never even, you thought, let me fix this, people. You thought my name was Jake Reed. So you don't know anything. So I suggest you just go ahead and look at some things, understand what's going on, and then you'll go from there. I do know you asked, is he educated? And Thunder said, yes, he is educated. I went on his LinkedIn. You can go ahead and check out the LinkedIn, and you can go ahead and you can better yourself. You can better yourself just like that, and you'll be able to understand. But you said I won't do it on his platform. I wouldn't do it. It'll have to be on a mutual platform. Well, you will see how many interviews I have and how many things I have. The one-on-one podcast with Hot Facts with Robert Reese, the Hot Facts with Robert Reese podcast by itself. You will see exactly how I do my thing. And go ahead and do your research. But those are my stipulations. You guys want me on there at 6 o'clock tonight. The only stipulation is if I cannot click so it can be shown so my people can see, because if my people can see, that means that there's going to be a whole lot of black people watching and all that other stuff too. So I want them to see and not be left in the dark. Also, the gentleman that wants to debate with me, they told you that, his highest video has like 1.3 million and it's not about gig work. Yes, it is. A barber is part of the gig world. He's a 1099. He has his own clients. He has to pay for everything. He has to do the exact same thing we do. He has to make sure he keeps a clientele. He has to do everything. That's a barber. The barbers are part of the gig world. And I'm doing the full commentary, and I made the whole video up with everything else that goes in there. Um, secondly, um, secondly, the next video that he says it's a truck pulling something. That truck is a gig related video. That truck is a truck driver who actually created his own rig so he can go ahead and haul 53-foot trailers across, and that's what he does for his delivery work. He doesn't go do food or anything. He actually does things that they can fill up that big 53-foot truck, and he said no CDL, no problem. I'm still going to get the job done. That's a gig video. Now another video up there that has 368,000 views. Let me go ahead and let you know this. The video that has the little girl up there, that's my daughter. There is a racial issue that was going on where that video has so many thousands of comments, interactions, and people all around the world commented on that video. It's about dark young black girls who treat the light skin or the mixed skin black girls differently. So the video was about racism and racial prejudice in one's own race. That's why that video did all that. The next video under that is 168,000 view video. That video says, DoorDash, this is your problem. That is another gig related video. You can keep going through all of them and do all that and go ahead and see. You'll also see that I have videos, one titled California, we have a problem, and it's about the homeless situation. 5,000 views on that. Another gig related video, walking into McDonald's with the fighting the argument with the customer and the staff. That's up there. But you can also see how I have videos where I am actually on the scene with police. I'm filming them, I'm interviewing them. There's a video with me actually right at the scene, 20 feet away, when the police officers, the sheriff department, they have their guns drawn on the guy in the trash can. I'm the guy there with that footage. I'm the guy out here that interviews the fire chiefs and goes and does all the fires. And when you said, how about you stick your phone and go film police, I do that. I also have a video to where I caught the sheriff parking in red parking just to go get Starbucks. I called her out, had to get her badge number and everything. I have that up there. I also have a video with me going into the smallest post office and doing a First Amendment audit in there. They didn't even trip or do anything, but I went ahead and did a post office First Amendment audit. I also did an amendment audit, First Amendment audit, with me investigating the Venezuelans and the people from Panama coming over that us taxpayers, especially in California, are paying for, and they're giving them $3,000 a month. I'm the person that went up as a plain person, interviewed the people staying there, and all of that to get the information, to get out there to the people. So when you say, what are you doing for the people and how do you help? I don't think they told you any of this, and they didn't want to tell you any of this because it would discourage you, because you would say, whoa, he's a whole lot like me. Now, also, you do have to understand this: when it comes to multicultural issues, I specialize in that, and I love it. It doesn't matter what race, it doesn't matter what it is, your disability, your handicap, whatever it is. I am with all of that. I am for the rights of the people and helping the people out. And I have certain views on things, and I stand on my things. And when someone's in the comment section, you're not able to hear these things and get them out. You're only able to hear, well, this is what he does, and you just took everything on what they said. But luckily, I have a playlist set up for just about everything I do, so you can just go ahead and run through. And if you want to better prepare yourself for a conversation with me, that would be the best thing to do. And also, while you're at it, I gotta let you know, Microsoft Gold certified and everything else like that. Build websites, do everything on myself. Go ahead and check out my personal training site. Go ahead and check out my education there, because when it gets down to it, I will be bringing up things, because I've always had a job to where I have to work with populations, numbers, different ethnic groups, break down the numbers and see what's just and see what's not, and then help everyone out. That's part of what my gift is. That is what I do as a person, as a human being. But if you don't understand that, then you don't understand that. Now, when you watch my shows, that shows that are my pug. They thing like when you get a uh, so I think you were a little misinformed about everything, and for you to say your channel, you try to miss with it. I'm trying to say about their that's how you would do it. You would take my email address, copy it, make up a new account. You also said that you'll mess up my AdSense, you'll try to throw strikes and all that other stuff. I did notify all that information over to YouTube also. They have the video, it's time stamped and everything, and they're checking the video. And I'm gonna go ahead and send another one because what you just did was pretty much an online terroristic act, and you're supposed to be an auditor for the people. You don't do things like that. That is an online terroristic act to demonetize, which is to take money away from me. Tell me how you're going to take my channel down, take my thing, and then you said I'll never be able to get it back because you have a graveyard of channels that you have done that to. Now that you have done that, I also took a link of your channel, and I'm going to be sending your channel in as they can match your voice to the person saying that on the channel where you said that last night. So just understand that you got to understand who you are dealing with. So Thunder, your brand new channel that you just put up may get hit with a guideline strike, and you may not be able to post on this channel for 7 days, and you'll have to go back to your other one for those threats right there. On to how, and gave details on how he's gonna do it based upon not knowing anything about me and without knowing this information that I am giving him right now. So with all that said and done, people, let's get into this gig part of the show. We're gonna go into a corrupt cop, people, that is actually doing something wrong. We have a delivery driver out there. What type of gig does he have? Yes, he works for a company, but he's a bus driver. This bus driver picks up people, and those are his packages. He picks up people and does a route, and he drops them off nonstop. Well, we have a corrupt cop that wanted to go ahead and get mad at the bus driver for the bus driver doing his job. We're going to get into that right there. We're going to get also into this Texas immigration law. We're going to get into that with the immigration law because there's a lot of jobs out there that people who are immigrants are using when it comes to the gig world. We're going to go ahead and get into that. We're going to go ahead and get into California best gig economy, California best gig economy market with the question mark. That is there. We're going over that. Rideshare money concerns. We're going to go over that. Okay. We're also going to go over, can retirees do gig work? Okay. We're going to get into that. And we're also going to get into DoorDash steps up its security. We're going to get into DoorDash steps up its security. I know those people are like really mad that I said that, but people, you got to understand that when someone says they're going to go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and make sure the channel does not do that. I have a graveyard of people who I do it to. All I have to do is copy your email, go ahead, give you all this copyright strikes, take your AdSense away, make a new account, and you'll not be able to get it done. I saw what happened to White Dolomite. And White Dolomite had that happen to him. It took him quite a while to get his channel back. So, and I know what happened with Eli Mellis and Tammy over there. She doesn't have her channel back for impersonation, and probably not going to be back for a while. So if someone says that and they do it on a camera, it's something very serious, and you can lose. I can lose everything that I put into starting this up from day one, from the scratch, with all my original content, my own ideas, my own music, theme songs, my own advertising with the people, all of that stuff. Everyone doing it. You're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese and all that, which is why it might be kind of hard for someone to impersonate if they don't show their face and they don't have all of that stuff right there. But you never know. So they said we're gonna try to expose you and all that. I do accept. I will be there if I am able to hit the button so it streams on my platform also. If that doesn't happen, then it's not going to happen. But I already went forward and did the other stuff behind the scenes. So now we're gonna get into this one right here. This corrupt Karen cop, man. This corrupt Karen cop is crazy. Oh, and by the way, check out my video on my community post of my fool getting pulled over by the police and compare it to the revolutions. Now, there was something that I did, but the officer was still in his car. Like when I opened up my glove compartment before he was there to try to get the registration and stuff out, I closed it when I was like, I had to dig in there. I didn't go, but someone could say, well, yeah, you were reaching right there. He was in his car. But when I saw that I would have to go and reach all the way down, I did not go in there to try to go ahead and get it out. But go ahead and check it out and then look at the differences there. Okay. So we're going to take a look at this cop right here. Take a look at this police officer right here and what he does to this delivery driver, people. Take a look at this right here. Let me see. It is right here. Let's go.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna call my control center.
Yeah, let's do it.
You're out of line.
Let's do it. Go ahead.
I was in
Call
motion.
them. Call them.
Excuse me.
No, excuse me.
No.
Call them.
I was in motion.
Okay, I understand that.
Okay, can I explain?
And you just ran from us. What are you talking about?
I run from you.
Our license sirens are on.
I pulled over to let you pass, and you didn't pass.
I was pulling you over.
So I moved forward to my zone. You cut me off as I'm in motion, and I almost hit you. So I have the right to honk the horn to let you know, hey, I'm here.
Okay.
You don't have the right to cut off a bus.
I didn't cut you off.
It's on camera.
Great.
It's on camera.
Great.
Great.
So call. Get your supervisor down there.
Hello. I'm waiting for them to respond.
Okay. Well, let him know to get another bus down here or another driver down here. You're not driving.
You gonna take me again?
Maybe. Right now you're obstructing.
How am I obstructing?
Because I'm stopping you.
For what? What reason? What is the
For the road rage.
There was no road rage.
For me, there was no road rage.
Show me a statute that says a person will be stopped. Show me the law. Where's the law? Show me the book.
All right. We'll wait for your supervisor to get down here.
Show me.
We'll wait for your supervisor. It's cool. You're refusing to give us your ID.
Yeah, I'm refusing to use my driver's license.
Okay, that's fine. We'll wait. Sorry, guys.
You had no right, no reason.
I never said I was arresting you for obstruction.
It's all on camera. I know. Yeah, I might take you to jail for obstruction.
Now check that out right there. Got to order a Jack in the Box right here. Check that out right there. This cop, first of all, the bus driver's doing his job. He honked the horn because you can honk the horn. The officer got so mad because the bus driver honked the horn. He tried the bus. The bus driver saw I put over you so you can get by. He said you weren't going. No, he don't know. He's my horn. I'm away from my you know, happened there. This we get that will do that. I mean, what to do this? And I've seen so look awful. I'll say, you know, and officers do the whole bus. All right. So StreamYard is doing something weird. We got a weather system change coming in here. But that police officer, what he did was he told the people on the bus, he said, you guys, sorry, he did it. He said, you might as well call for another bus and another driver. So because the police officer was so mad at the bus driver for honking his horn, he was going to make everybody on the bus late for their appointments, late for work. What if they had to be somewhere and because of him, when they get there, the doors are closed and they cannot get the help? You never know what'll happen. And we have these police officers who just don't care about anything. And they'll do it because they think they have all the rights. They think they can just walk and do anything. That blue line, that blue code does not work like that. You know, the bus driver, that's transportation authority there, man. You know, he's honking because the officer was not safe. The bus driver got a honk, man. That's why you have a horn. I don't know why people get so offended when someone uses a horn. But all I know is if a big ass bus is gonna honk at me, chances are if a bus is honking at me, I'm either going too slow and I did not I turned in while he cannot stop that fast, or the bus driver can't swerve lanes like that because it's a bus and you're blocking his way. You get police officers bugging people for no reason, harassing them, wasting taxpayers' dollars and everything on false and fake incident reports, and they're causing up and taking up traffic in the lanes, and then they're getting mad at bus drivers going ahead to just get people to where they got to go. And he said, we're going to wait right here. That actually happened. The police officer did not leave. They have to wait for all that stuff. I'm still going to get some information on the back end of that one right there. But that's just crazy that as a delivery driver, it doesn't matter what delivery driver job you are doing. You're always going to have some type of crazy issues that happen. And last time I checked, I would have thought the police department would work hand in hand with the people on the bus. The bus drivers got to call them. Bus drivers, train conductors, you know, the blue rails, all of them, when they give a call to the police, you know, airplane, stewardess, and all that stuff, you know, when they call the police come and they know we got to get in there for a get down. You would think those relationships will be so much better, but we will see if that officer gets put on desk duty, if he gets demoted. We'll see what happens. But I don't think personally, I don't think that's cool. I don't think that's cool for police officers just to be abusing their authority just because a bus driver honked his horn at you and you felt disrespected. Nobody honks a horn at me. I'm a damn police officer, damn it. I could turn on my sirens like this. Look, and run a red light. We're not supposed to be on cell phones when we drive, but they say we can use them for emergencies. I be seeing police officers on their cell phones nonstop. There don't be no emergencies. They be texting on their phones so that man, come on now. I'm a cop. I can do what I want. You better take that stuff somewhere else, man. That's abusing your authority, and hopefully something happened to you. You got rolled up. Hopefully they make you go deliver. They make you go deliver in the hood where all the little kids are not afraid of you. And you say, man, I hate this. Man, I hate this. You know, hopefully that happens there. Now, people, we got some more gig news here. I'm going to go ahead and get into, you know what? Which one should I get into? You know what? I want to get into, you know what? I'm going to get into Texas immigration law, because this is going to have a huge impact on the gig economy, especially with customers waiting for their orders. I'm going to go ahead and get into that one right there. And let's go ahead, people. Let me go ahead and do this. We're going to get into that Texas immigration law. Let you guys see what's cracking with that right there. And it is this one right here.
in a 2-to-1 vote, that Senate Bill 4 couldn't take effect, albeit just temporarily. So it's hard to imagine that this court would rule differently just a few days later. And today's court case seemed to indicate that that would still be the case, but all it would take is one judge changing their vote to make the difference. After weeks of a legal roller coaster, Texas's sweeping border security law, Senate Bill 4, is once again back in court. This time, the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals heard arguments over the law's constitutionality, or lack thereof.
This is a real case that's going to challenge the power of the federal government and the supremacy clause over who is in charge of immigration enforcement.
Demonstrators outside the courthouse this morning protesting the polarizing law. Senate Bill 4 would give Texas virtually unprecedented authority over immigration and border security by allowing Texas law enforcement officers to arrest undocumented migrants based on their immigration status, and in some cases effectively deport them. Regardless of what the appeals court does, most analysts say this case will ultimately be decided by the Supreme Court.
We don't know how the court will eventually rule on this law. We firmly believe that it's anti-immigrant, it's unconstitutional, and it should not go in effect.
It was just last week that the same set of judges stopped the law from taking effect, rejecting Texas's request for a stay pending appeal, a potential bad omen for the law's Republican supporters. And for the most part, that seems a likely outcome once again.
In fact, in this morning's hearing, the lawyer for Texas said Texas has tried to develop a statute that goes up to the line of the Supreme Court precedent, but allows Texas to protect the border. Going on to say, now, to be fair, maybe Texas went too far.
But already, SB 4 is having an impact bigger than just Texas. More than 1,000 miles away, the Idaho House of Representatives has passed a law that's nearly identical to Texas Senate Bill 4, creating a state-level criminal penalty for illegal immigration. That sort of patchwork of state-level policies is exactly what a federal judge in Austin cited as reason to stop the law from taking effect. But whether or not the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals does the same is still up in the air. We did reach out to the Office of the Attorney General ahead of this story for comment. We did not hear back. From outside the Texas State Capitol, I'm Michael Atkinson reporting.
All right, now, so, you know, if this goes into effect, that Texas can supersede, you know, the overall government and do this, which means that they will be able to pretty much stop an ID. It will pretty much turn into like a stop an ID state, but it's wrong because it's targeting immigrants. We all know that Texas is one of the main First Amendment audit states. And I don't know their penal code there. I think it's like 3902 or 3201 or something else like that. It's you know, unless you suspect someone of committing a crime, you know, well, you catch them in the act of a crime, they're about to commit a crime, or they've already done the crime. You know, they have to be able to articulate that and prove RAS. That's reasonable, articulable suspicion. So if they cannot articulate it and be able to do it, then they cannot do it to like us regular people. Now, we have some people here that look like they may be straight from wherever else they are. Now, because it's Texas, you already know they're going to be targeting Hispanics, anyone that is Hispanic. Now, you could be here legally and everything else like that, and they'll just ask you for your ID. If that does go in, then they can actually do the deporting themselves. I wonder, can you accidentally deport someone wrong? You know what I mean? Can you deport someone wrong and like they go through the process and then they got to send them back? I wonder if that actually happens. But you got to understand this in Texas, people. Texas is a huge state, and a lot of delivery driving and a lot of work goes on in Texas. There's a lot of immigrants because of that 7% rule that Elon Musk thinks the U.S. should extend, that these people can't do the jobs that they came here for because they don't have their working green card. So some of them are going to be using accounts like DoorDash, Uber Eats, Walmart Spark to get jobs and driving jobs. Once they get these jobs, that's how they're that's how they're making their money right there. Now we got a lot of people and a lot of apps saying that, you know, they have a better coverage area. They're servicing more people. Well, when they do these stats, they're doing it based upon the orders and the deliveries that are being dropped off to the customers. It's not going on it's not going on the migrants and all this other stuff. It's not going on any of that. So if they start IDing people, deporting them, those numbers are going to change from people getting their orders and then getting them on time, and that will stop and slow down an expansion for any of the gig apps who is trying to move into another area, move into another city, because now their numbers are not accurate. They're almost false numbers there. So now you got to think about, if Texas, you already know that a lot of Hispanics do this job. We know that. And you think about Texas there, you're going to look at certain areas in Texas where, yeah, some drivers might get, you know what, they're giving me double orders, triple orders nonstop over here. Yeah, because there's not enough drivers around there. They may start paying you guys more because of that in Texas. If this does pass, you know, this stop and ID thing will give them a reason to pull you over for no reason. They can just look at your face and say, well, I think you look indigenous. So if you look indigenous, I'm automatically going to stop you and just violate someone's human rights. You know, and it's crazy because, you know, I do believe that it's tricky here. I do believe that if you are here illegally, and you have to abide by, like, you can still go to jail. They don't even have to deport you. They can just send you into jail and then act like they're going to deport you and then put you back on the street. If you have to abide by all of our rules and everything while you are illegal, and then they say the Constitution, these are our rights, these are our rules, you broke them, these are our laws. So therefore, I feel that if they are here, even though they are here illegally, they fall under our Constitution, and they cannot be treated poorly based upon all of that. Now, is this law going to pass in Texas? Now, we know that Texas is one of the most racist states of all time. You know, I got family in Texas, been all through there. I got Texas stories. I have Texas stories, and Texas is a historically racist state, and that means that, you know, it's gonna get kicked up a notch. Now, if it goes through in Texas, you gotta look at like Arizona, okay, Oklahoma, okay. You gotta start looking at states like that might adapt that, and then slowly but surely we will start seeing a bunch of stop and ID states when that clearly violates our rights. Okay, violates our rights. Now, will it open up jobs for Americans in the gig economy? Yes, it will. It will open up jobs for us Americans here. But many of Americans out there don't think that the gig apps is real work. Even though that's the transition on how we're running, we're going into like the Jetsons phase right now. So even though that's how our economy and everything is running, we still get people that say it's not real work. And it's crazy because there's studies and people out there saying they're making this, they're making that. We got a guy, Dasher Life Hawaii, in Hawaii. He's making it known that in Hawaii you can make $100,000 doing delivery work. So people are like, man, you can do it. So I don't understand why people don't think it's work, when those are going to be jobs that are going to be opening up. When you look at a place like Wisconsin, who put the Amazon Flex drivers as employees now, you know, states like that where there's gig work, and gig work is going to be doing that pretty much all over the place in Wisconsin. When people are going to be able to be stopped and ID'd, it's going to open up jobs, and then you'll get, you know, more jobs are going to open up. Then they're going to count for America. Well, how many new jobs were created because of the gig apps? And then, you know, whoever's going to be running for office to get this thing done, they're going to want to go ahead and get this voted through, but then it still violates your human and constitutional rights. I think it's a prejudice. I think it's prejudice because there's no way you can just look at someone to just say, hey, well, I don't think you're legal. There is no way you should be able to do that. That is not just, that is not right. So this Texas immigration law, people can impact the gig economy very, very much. Okay, very, very much. Before I back up out of here, we got to get this thing. Let me do this real quick. We're going to get into the next one. What I want to do is, let's do, you know what? I'm going to get Donald Trump out the way. I'm gonna get Donald Trump out the way because someone just got 7 years for storming the Capitol, and they said he ignited some things. And I'm like, well, if they say Trump sent this, how come Trump didn't go to jail? We'll watch this. I got to get this out. Watch this. I got to get this out. I got to get this out.
A man from Kingston, Washington, found guilty for his role in the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol is sentenced to more than 7 years in prison. Taylor Jonatakis used a megaphone to lead a mob of rioters to charge a police line. At least one officer was injured in that fray. Last year, a jury convicted him on 7 counts, including obstruction of an official proceeding of Congress, assault, and civil.
Now, all I'm saying is this: if you gonna be throwing people in jail and giving them jail time, I'm like, storming the Capitol building, doing all that stuff, saying, yeah, he pointed people and all that other stuff. The last time I checked, Trump was rallying people up, and these people went out there like, yeah, that's right. Remember that song? F Donald Trump. Remember that song? Remember that song that Nipsey Hussle and YG did? And you hear him kicking the black people out of the rally, and you hear him going, yeah, that's right. Those people, were storming the place, and those were Trump people. This guy got his jail time. He's going down. But Trump may be going down. We don't know. If Trump evades and wins the election, he's the biggest gangster of all time. I'm serious right there. He's a gangster if he does that. But I'm like, damn, y'all gotta hit him with something, which is why I think about the money and the bonds he has to get. I think that's why they're sticking it to him hard. Because they're like, if we can't give it to you like that, we got to go ahead and give it to you like this. And I think that is what's going on. But, it's just like in gangs, people. The little fish keep going to jail. The big fish got to stay out. So they send somebody else to go ahead and do that. Go hit that lick. Go do that. Go run that. Go bring that back. They send that out to somebody else. And, yeah, Trump is out there. Now, I want to talk about this one right here. Mic drop BBQ, okay? Mic drop BBQ pulled up a great news story, and it's about the rideshare side. Now, the rideshare side, people, they don't know how much someone paid and any of that. They just see how much they are picking the order up for, how much they're getting paid. So this study was done by a news channel, and they went in to, talk to the drivers, how I interviewed a driver in the car, people. And this is the best way to do it. The drivers cannot have the cameras in the car because it violates the confidentiality laws. So what I did is, so the driver don't get in trouble, I got in the car and I was recording on my phone, same way as what these reporters did, so the drivers don't get in trouble, people. You do it like that so that they can keep their jobs. You ask them the questions, okay? So we're going to get into this right here, and I'm going to let you know what it's titled. Rideshare money concerns. We're going to get into these rideshare money concerns and talk about it. Now, I don't know about a lot of you guys, but I'm a 5-star Lyft driver, rated very, very high on Uber also. And I understand how rideshare works. I understand the things you have to do if you want to make more money, maybe with private clientele and things like that. I understand all that fully, and I understand how you don't get paid that much if you're doing just the doctor appointment runs also. You don't get paid that much on those. I was normally doing those after I was doing my private rides with people that I was driving every day. They were like, man, we might as well just pay you, get those out the way, then turn on and start doing those little rides. But little rides that don't pay much, and 2.5 miles, turn left. Oh, okay, yeah, 2.5 miles, turn left. Okay. And yeah, the money thing, man. You get some of these rides and you like, man, you know, and you're happy, like, man, I got paid $20 for this ride. And the customer might have paid, if you got paid $20, you know, the customer might have paid $65 or something like that. But let's take a look at this video and tell me what you guys think in comments, especially you people that love to watch our stuff on the replays. Those comments that you guys leave there, those are like, you're watching it and you're understanding what the video is all about. Okay, let me go ahead and put this up for you. See this. Let me see this. Let me see this. Stoplight. Let me see this. Not there. Not there. There. And here it is. I do believe it's this one.
You considering driving for Uber and Lyft. And for many of us, when we sit in the back seat, we know what we're paying, but we don't know what the driver up front is actually making. And by the way, the drivers don't know what we're paying. So today, I'm hopping in, and we're going to reveal it all.
We're taking rides from Omaha to Birmingham to Boston, finding out how much rideshare drivers really make. First up, Uber.
Okay, I'm going to book a ride right now on Uber. I'm in Omaha, Nebraska. So let me just hit this. We're going to see. Let's go. What are you making on this trip? $6.66. Okay, well, guess what I'm paying? I'm paying $16.92.
That's right. He says he's only making 39% of what I'm paying.
What do you think of that?
Not fair.
Let's see if it's any better for this driver in Birmingham with WVTM's Lisa Crane.
I think this ride was like $10.
Turn left on 27th. So how much we're paying for this ride?
How much you paying?
28.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yep, he says he's making even less, just 36% of her fare. But the biggest Uber surprise comes in Boston. Here's WCVB's Ben Cimino.
Since this is on Jeff Rawson's dime, let's go to Starbucks. Ride's on the way.
Ben's Uber driver says he's making $9 from this ride. Ben is paying $12. That means the driver is making 75% of the fare.
Does that surprise you, or is that about what you'd expect?
Oh, it's surprise, yeah.
Rawson reports sharing our results with Uber, the company telling us on average, drivers make about $33 for each hour they're actually driving. But what about Lyft? Are the drivers doing any better on that platform? Back to Ben in Boston. He's paying $12.86 for his ride. So what's the driver making?
They are paying me only $7.
$7.
Okay, the driver is making more than half, 54%. In Omaha, my Lyft driver does even better.
What are you making on this trip right now?
$9.03.
$9.03. Do you know what I'm paying? Does it tell you?
I don't know, sir.
You don't know. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to pull back the curtain. Okay. I am paying $14.69. Wow. And you're making $9 of that.
He's making nearly 62% of what I'm paying.
Lyft says that for drivers, you should be earning at least 70% of the rides for the week.
Yes.
Do you think you make that?
I don't know because I'm not sure about that.
Because you don't know what we're paying.
Yeah.
In our experiment, our top paid Lyft driver made this in Birmingham.
And I'm making $19.
$19. Do you want to know how much we paid?
Yes.
$29.99.
That means he's taking 63% of the fare. Now, all the drivers from both Uber and Lyft told us they live on tips. They keep 100% of them. But they say most of us don't tip at all.
Just 4 riders give me the tips.
Only 4 of 28 people today.
And 4 for 20.
If we're not getting a tip, then we'll have to survive. Hey, if people stop tipping, then I also stop driving.
By the way, there are other ways Uber and Lyft.
All right, now check this out. That's a very interesting story there. Now, did you hear how they said you're supposed to make 70% when they got in contact with Uber? They said the driver is supposed to make 70% of what they make throughout the week. Now, my question is, are they doing it every 7 days? So if a driver only drives like 2 or 3 days a week, is he not going to see the 70% of what he is supposed to be pulling in from his rides? And does that mean that you could have maybe 3 days of terrible days of what you think of making like the 50% of what it is, and then all of a sudden you're like, how am I getting these rides? And then those rides, you're making way more money for those rides, and then it gives you that 70%. Now, what I would have wanted to know, and I'm so mad because those reporters that did that, they don't know the gig world like we know it. And there's one thing that was never mentioned in that video. That's where I come in. That's Hot Facts, the official news channel of the gig economy. What was not mentioned there is because people say ratings don't matter and everything, I would have liked to know the ratings for each of those drivers on what they were getting. What was their ratings? By seeing what their ratings are on top of what they got, we would have got a better understanding on what's going on. This one wasn't 19. We would have got a better understanding on what is going on there. And we will be able to say, well, ratings do matter because, you know, like the driver that made the 63% of what it was. I want to know, was his ratings higher than the other ones? And that would pretty much give you an answer there. Now, the time of day that they're driving, now I from what I can see, I think they went at like the same time. They took the rides like the same time. So they did that, but the main question I would have wanted to know is, based on the percentages of the people making more money from what they were, you know, from what it was, I want to know what their ratings were. And those reporters did not know how to ask the drivers that. That's not a question that will pop in their head because they're not in the gig world. Okay, that's where my next video, when I take a when I take another Lyft or Uber. Remember, I told you guys, like in my 5th month of being on YouTube for the gig world, I was gonna do a reverse cash cab show and interview the rideshare drivers. I'm starting that right now. Okay, during phase 2. Okay, so what I will be able to do is show that video right there, and then I will be able to show a difference in comparison by actually adding in the ratings for the drivers there, and then we can determine which drivers are making that much. And we got to also know that at what time of the day are they are the percentages of what you're making that money. You know, like let's say the morning time, the drivers are typically getting like 52% of what they make. Let's say at like lunchtime, it goes up to like 60%. Let's say at like dinner time, people who are doing the ride share, let's say it goes up. Even more. But then let's say there's concerts, okay? Let's say there's rock concerts, there's shows, there's events going on. Now let's say that for these events that you think that you're going to be making the most money for these rides. Now let's say that you're getting paid more money, right? Let's say, yeah, man, I'm driving people to Coachella, and man, look, I'm getting paid. Look, that ride was like $70. That ride was like $80. Now, what if that 70 and $80, you were only getting paid the 52% of what it was, when you should have been making like 100, and let's say you should have made like $110 on that one. You know, are they giving you less when it comes downtime for these events? Because they know that, well, the number is going to be higher, so we can always just give you that and you'll be happy. You know, are they trying to make you nickel and dime? Are they trying to make you nickel and dime to see that you are active on the app enough, and then say, well, you've done this many rides, you're nickel and diming, now we're going to start throwing you these so that you can equal up to that 70%. And it's crazy how they say 70% for acceptance rate. 70% is what they say you should be making on rideshare from what the customers are paying. It's crazy how they come up with that 70% there, okay? 70% is a huge and a very important percentage and number when you are dealing with the gig economy. Now, a lot of you guys don't really understand the percentages thing, and if you work in logistics, warehouses, distribution centers, you would understand what the percentages are. For accuracy and everything, it's always going to be at least a 99.7% accurate. Things like that. 90 El Super. This is order, and we did 2 orders before this. This is like order number 5 or order number 6 already. 5, order number 5. Order number 5. You know, that 70% is crazy. In logistics, 99.7, 99.7. Okay, that 99.7. You know how we have the on DoorDash your customer service rating 4 point, and people say 9.8, 9.6, 9.9. Well, when you're dealing with accuracy in the logistics realm, of the distribution centers, 99.7. You take out that 9, and 97 is going to be where it is there. That 7 is the main thing there. They use the 7s there, people. They use the 7s there. Now, the gig space is a little different because it's worded that, and when they did their information and research there and Uber contacted them back, Uber said you're supposed to make 70% of what the customers are paying for a week, for 1 week. So it's unclear if they mean, you know, you have to be active and work a full week right there, or are they doing it every 7 days? They're adding it up. So even if you don't work a day, they'll keep your percentage there. So even though you still click on the next day, it's not going to be, it'll like kind of boost itself up. That part is not clear. And I think that is a way of manipulating the money game to have people not know exactly what they're getting. But it is a way right there to keep more drivers driving and accepting the orders if they know that, you know, if you have a high enough acceptance rate, you're gonna get 70% of what you get in the week. So that's one main thing that we gotta start talking about. I'm gonna talk to Mike Drop BBQ. I'm gonna talk to Jeff to see if I can get up there with them. And talk about this aspect of the rideshare game. This is something that a lot of people probably didn't know, and I want to give kudos to that news group who actually did it. I just wish, you know, they asked one particular question, but where they dropped the ball, I pick it up as the official news channel of the gig world, and I'm going to be asking when we do our next video with the Uber or Lyft driver, I'm going to ask for the ratings of the driver while doing the video. So then we can see what their ratings are. Then we'll be able to say how Jeff says, you know, we got some pigeons out there. We got these out there. We will be able to see who's doing what with these real drivers, because we all know that when you start going on people's channels and in comment sections and chats, you get a lot of people that are posers up there. And what they do is they'll say some things, but they're actually driving a different way. Just like we got these delivery drivers that'll get up here and say no tip, no trip and everything. And you'll notice that whenever the conversations are about your ratings and everything, they all just say AR doesn't matter and all this other stuff, but they don't really get too much in detail with it. You know why? Because what you don't know is this person has a high AR, and that's why they don't complain like everybody else. Their complaints are joining in complaints to add into the party, not someone starting off their own thing. So we got people that do delivery work on all sides and do the gig work that are perpetrating. Okay, so this will be a way to debunk that. And you know, it'll be another way to put drivers on the hot seat. We'll be able to put active drivers who are making their money on the hot seat. So that is going to be something great. So stay tuned for that. And thank you to that news group who did that. And thank you, Mike Drop BBQ. Thank you, Jeff, for sharing that, because, you know, it made me want to dive in a little bit more. Now, I got a good one here that we're going to do. And okay, so a guy just comes in, doesn't even say hello or anything. That's Thunder right there. Let me answer this, Thunder. Let me answer this for you. I did it all earlier. When I started off this live, I went over everything when I started off this live. I'll go ahead and let you know right now. On StreamYard, you have the ability, okay? On StreamYard, you have the ability to have the option so that your guests can stream to their platform and their channel also. I'm going to be on your show, but my guests are going to see it stream on my end so they can see. I got black people and everybody that want to watch. Also, Also, on top of that, I got people that want to watch. You guys say you want to have an intellectual conversation, how I do my interviews. You want to do it on how I do my interviews, on how I do a time limit, 90 seconds, someone goes and does all this stuff. That is perfectly fine. But the rules are, okay, I have to be able to stream to my channel so a broader audience can see more than the 15 subscribers there. Okay, more than that. And also I am monetized. In any part of my intellectual value, I got to get paid for. So, and I don't want my speech and what I'm going to say to be secluded for a little pocket of your people. I want everyone out there to be able to watch it. So then I can even put it on, when it's done, I can put it on my Facebook. I can put it on all those other platforms so other people can watch it also. So that's what you got to do there. So those are the rules. If I cannot stream, and if you don't hit the thing to where it says I can stream here at the same time, just like how Hector and No Giggity No Clout does, how Hector is streaming it also, and the people that chat in on his, they're not in the other chat, that exact same way. If that is not what it is, then I'm not gonna do it. So it is like that. And any debate that I'm going to have is going to actually be on one of my podcasts that I go ahead and entitle it under. So I'm not going to take any of what I do away from anything. So I will go up there if I'm able to stream it to my channel. I'm not talking about restream. I want to hit the button where it says stream to your channel. That's the only way. Now back to my show right here. Now, back to my show right here. I want to get into I'll leave the other one for last. I'll get into this one right now. Okay, DoorDash steps up its security, people. So check this out. DoorDash steps up its security by this. We had to do the facial scan, the facial recognition about a month to about a month and a half ago. We had to do it again yesterday. Okay, so the time period before when the facial recognition, it was like damn near like 7 months or something before you had to do it again. This time it happened much sooner, which means that DoorDash is cracking down now. You know, they're cracking down and they want to get the legitimate drivers on the road who are supposed to be on the road, because of what I said with like immigrants and people who aren't supposed to drive, like felons and people who don't have a driver's license and all these other things. Okay, they're trying to clean that up, and the facial recognition thing is something that, you know, they stepped it up. Now this means that the people that are renting out the accounts to these people, when someone says, when someone has that account and they say, oh man, it's doing a facial recognition thing, and they have to go meet that person to have them do it because they have that account, they're going to start upping the fee that they are charging these people so that they can rescan their face so that they can continue to work. The price of the rescan your face has now gone up because of DoorDash now cutting it shorter on when they have to do it again. Because now you never know, somebody may be far away. They may have to drive a few cities over to meet the person and all this other stuff. So as of right now, the black market for delivery work, there's more money involved because of the facial recognition and how frequent DoorDash is now doing it. Now, it happens more frequent on like Walmart Spark. On Walmart Spark, it happens all the time. You have to redo it all the time. So I don't know if DoorDash is going to get to the level of Walmart Spark, but as of right now, they are hindering the efforts of some of the people trying to make money off of the gig apps without actually doing the driving. Okay, but at least they did step up that part of their security. Good job on that, DoorDash. You're going to help a lot of people stop complaining, and you're going to help a lot of people stop being prejudiced, saying, the immigrants, they don't belong here. They taking all my jobs. You'll stop them people from saying all that stuff. Now, for the very, very last topic we're going to do, let me go ahead and do this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, John. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, and Thunder, since you're here, you know how you said, Reese, you always talk about numbers. Who cares? So when the guy went up there and was telling you about his numbers, and those numbers he was telling you guys, I checked his channel out. A lot of them are from like 5 years ago. He's giving you guys numbers, and you guys are like, oh, yeah, oh, yeah. And Thunder, you even said, go back, and you were even throwing your numbers out. But when Reese throws his numbers out, it's not a good thing. When someone else throws theirs out, you know, it's an okay thing to do, right? So then check this out. I went and checked this channel out. I still have a little over 3 times the amount of views that he has. Once he went to my shorts and he said, well, that's 1.3, that's 700 something, that's 3. He said, well, and then he said, well, look, he just has links when you go to his channel, Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, I'm on all those platforms with a bunch of views over there too. And I went and clicked on yours. You have the same links there where it just says link and you click it. You have the exact same thing. I went and looked at all of your most relevant videos, and yeah, not doing what I'm doing. I wouldn't even double check that. But Thunder, I thought you guys were gonna say, hey, we don't do numbers over here. We don't talk about those. That's what Reese does, and you guys were all up in it. And then Flex said, see, he always wants to talk about interview. You know why he says no? You know why Flex tried to say no to an interview? Because when I do an interview, there is nothing about what you guys said that happens. It's all professional. Ask Dashing with John and everybody else that has participated in one. Ask my on-scene reporting. Ask all of that with the fire chiefs and all that stuff, how those work. So you guys tried to sabotage me, but when I did start this live, I gave a very important message that Thunder, it is dedicated to you also, and I do know that you like to go ahead and rewatch and then do a little restream. Go ahead and watch that and see what I said and how I broke that down. Now we're gonna get into this. Dashing with John says some of these accounts are being held by people overseas. Yeah, all day. Now I got one for you right here, people. Let me see. Oh, I got to do this one before I do it. All right. Can retirees do gig work? And right now, it's a real big article that's going around Yahoo Finance and everything, and a few other organizations, you know, and they're going over safety and everything else like that. And the flexibility and the growth of the gig economy is so huge that we have retirees who are like, I don't want to just sit around and do nothing. So I'm just going to go ahead and just drive. And yes, you can do it. If you are retired, you can do it. It's something to do. You ain't got to go fishing all the time. You can go ahead and do some gig work, meet some people like the staff. I'm gonna go where everybody knows your name. You know, like Cheers. You gonna go ahead and get it in just like that. That's fine. But I will tell you this: how America is running. We're gonna have people that are gonna retire, but then they're not gonna be able to stay retired. And I do think America kinda is forcing the older people to still put in work and produce for the economy. And even though you're supposed to be retiring, I think the new retirement is, all right, you're done doing hard work. Now we're going to go ahead and give you like some soft labor. We're going to take you from a level 4 prison yard all the way down to a level 1. We're going to take you all the way down to a level 1 yard where you ain't even got to do all that much like that. And you can still get it in. Because there's some people that are going to be retiring and they're not going to have enough money because of what they put up. They put up enough money for what they thought it was going to be back then. And how inflation hits and they keep making the prices go like crazy on how it does. You got to understand this. Remember this when the combo meals like the Big Mac or you know, like the Jumbo Jack at Jack in the Box. Remember, those were $2.99 meals. Those are $10 meals now. Okay, those are $10 meals now. So you can just imagine, you know, we used to like going to McDonald's and you would see the senior citizen there on Sunday with their coffee, their newspaper, and things like that. Now you don't even see all the senior citizens at McDonald's with their coffee like they used to. They don't like to go there and just go in there because now McDonald's costs as much as going to Disneyland. So as long as the government keeps doing things, as long as the government keeps doing things like this, the retirement age is really not going to be an age of retirement at all. But retirees, you can do gig work, and even if you thought that, well, when you think I need some more money, you can go ahead and do it. I just don't like how the economy is set up right now on how it's treating our older people. That's just what I feel about that. Let me get over here real quick. That's what I feel about that. We got the older people. And Marshall, you're moderated, so Jeffrey don't do that. And I understood what Jeffrey did. And your comment said, you know, about the hate, even though it was nothing bad to me, hate was in there 5 times. So Jeffrey was like, that's being repetitive. So now you're a moderator, and now you can type it, and Jeffrey won't do nothing. So I did go ahead and fix that for you. Now, what I really want to talk about, okay, who has the best gig market? California, people. I'm going to go out and say right now, let me see. California has the best gig market. I don't want to hear Pedro or nobody else saying any of that. I'm going to explain why. But I'm also going to let you guys know this, that the DC area, okay, the DC area is a gold mine. If you can get to the DC area, it's a gold mine. It is a gold mine. Nova Dasher, Nova Hustles, all those guys that go from Virginia to DC, it is a gold mine, and I'm gonna let you know why, people. I'm gonna go ahead and do this story I did for you guys. Check this out, and then you know what? You might say, "Oh, he's lying." Well, people, the news don't lie. Check this out. Let me see. Here, people, check this out. App-based workers share of labor force 2022, and it goes in until now. This is just put up about an hour ago. Okay, so the percentages here is letting you know that how much of the app-based workforce is in these certain areas, certain states. In the DC area, 9%. The overall US is 4.3% of app-based work, people doing jobs, or you know, to make their money. Okay, so here's what we gotta understand. California, people, we are helping out so much in our state, okay? Driving the news is what it says. In California, 4.5 of the overall workforce engages in app-based work, compared to about 4.3 of the overall U.S. workforce, okay? Now check this out. Like I said, in D.C., 9%, okay? And look, while only 0.5% of the Tennessee workforce participates in gig work. So in Tennessee, 0.5% participate, DC 9%. That's great in DC. But check this out. By the numbers here, in California, people, there was an estimated 870,000 app-based workers in California. That's gig economy, app-based, contributing to $38 billion to the state economy, according to the analysis. Okay, nationwide, there were 7.3 million app-based workers per study. That's in nationwide, the United States. Okay, by raw numbers, California has the largest app-based workforce in the country, which is why you make a lot of money when you're doing the gig work in California, people. When you're in an area where people spend money, and that's what they not leave their own home, do these other things, they will pay. And in California, we have Proposition 22. So if we have the largest app-based workforce in the country, that means our customers are ordering and buying things all the time, which is why that $1.99, that $1.99 fee for Proposition 22 comes in and helps out. If we are bringing in $38 billion to the state economy, then other markets are bringing in a lot of money. These gig apps, people, not just DoorDash, the gig apps are making money, and there is money out there to be made. But let me tell you, there is a change. App-based jobs, that is how it is going to run. Okay? That is how it is going to run. Check this out. Look at this map. Look at this map. Look at this map. Now, this goes for everyone, retirees, teenagers, everything. Even retirees are making money. So they say. What do you guys think about that? I know some people are like, what? Yeah, haven't had a gig content creator put those numbers out. So while putting those numbers out, you guys can clearly see that, you know, California has the largest market, the most workers doing the gig apps. That means we have more gig app jobs that are out there that drivers can go ahead and do. Customers are using these apps and making money. Proposition 22 works and everything else like that. But if you look at, like it said in Tennessee, I do believe, the Tennessee area, it was terrible there. It was terrible. The numbers in Tennessee was terrible. So that's really not a good market when it comes down for the overall amount of gig apps there. But that means that there's not that many gig workers there. The numbers I gave were for the gig workers. So if we have that many gig workers, that means that there's a lot of gig jobs going out there. Roadie, Curry, Amazon Flex. You got VHO. You got medical delivery. You have everything out there. But the DC area is a banger. You get to DC, if you are around the area, you get to DC. Now, people will say, well, that's way too many drivers. No, that's not. That's how many jobs that are there. That's the demand. They have that many drivers there because the demand is that high. If you are in the DC area, you are making some pretty good money on your apps. So that's why a lot of those people are cherry pickers. A lot of those people there are cherry pickers. It's abundance. They have an abundance amount of everything there. They're getting it in. Now, for it being smaller than California, you get your bang for your buck there. I'm not going to lie. You are going to get your bang for your buck. Okay? You're going to get your bang for your buck. All right? So if you are around the DC area, just make sure that, you know, you can make some money there. People, go on your local websites in your areas. Go onto your local, man. You know, he playing to get down. Go to your local websites, get some information, type those things up in or around your city, around your county. How many gig-based workers do we have in this area? How many gig-based jobs do we have in this area? Then you can go ahead and start to figure out some things that can go ahead and help you out. Yeah, people, the information is there. All you got to do is go out there and look into it, go out there and do it, and everything else right there. You do it like that. And Big John, I got your message on the Instagram, man. I locked you in. I got your message, and I sent you mine too. I sent you mine back, people. So Dashing with John, people found out, oh yeah, HotFacts is on Instagram. He's on Rumble. He's on TikTok. He's on Facebook. He's on LinkedIn. He's on YouTube. He's on Twitter, the X. He's on Twitch. So, you know, people, when I tell people that HotFacts is all over the place, and, you know, you got to know that stuff. Now, is Thunder still here? Because before I want to head on off, I would continue to do the ride along, but I just want to just do a gig show here, get that information on out. If Thunder is still here, the only way I will appear over there on the channel that has 14, 15 subs, with your small pocket of people that want to do whatever else it is, for my intellectual value that I'm going to be putting into this debate, and it's going by my rules because that's what I do with the time limits and everything. I have to be able to hit the button to stream on my account. You have to be able to have that set on there on your StreamYard to where it says guest. Go to your settings. It says guest can stream to their own channels. That's what I want. So a broader audience of people can see it, meaning black, white, Mexican, Hispanic, everybody, not just your small pocket of people there. I want more people to see it, and I can share it on all my other platforms. That is the only way it's going to work. So if you don't agree to that, then I'm not going to do it. I agree with everything else you want to do. That's just my stipulation there. I got to put my intellectual powers and prowess up to where it goes. And if I'm going to be giving information and giving people some knowledge on a channel that no one knows about, there's no way that I'm helping promote that channel because no one even knows about it. I got to be able to have my voice on how I do my show so I can get paid for what I do. So that's another aspect that you guys don't understand when Dashing Trader was talking about. No way in the world am I going to go on a channel. Now, I interview channels who are brand new, I was just starting my channel up, coming into the gig world, been driving for this amount, for this many years. I will interview them. I'm not going to go on their channel, though. I will interview them to bring more light to them. I'm not going to go on that channel that no one knows about, and I'm just over there wasting my time. That's definitely not how it works. So I got to get paid, and I want a broader audience to be able to watch this, to see me get down, and to see how the auditor that you guys have, when he watches the beginning of this video, I'm an auditor, and when he goes to my police videos, he'll see everything. And then when he watches my interviews, he'll say, like, you guys said this, but the dude has shows with topics and he's going over stuff. You guys said he don't do any of that. You guys said he just talks over people and all that. He's not doing that on not one of these interviews, not one of these with the customers, not one of these with the business relations and reviews. He's not doing that with any of them. So I'm trying to figure out, who are you guys talking about? They're talking about when I just get up to go on and do a live or hop on the panel. It's not a show. I'm just going up there and I'm just going out there just being regular. It's not a show. There's not this and that going on. So I go and bust their butts and I put them in the Hollywood gig news. Outside of that, everything is kosher, copacetic. Most of their favorite people have interviewed me or I have interviewed them. Ask them. Ask them, all of their best friends and everything. Pedro, the Hannibals, the UDMs, the Tanner Markleys, the Van, Cytosol Addicts, Nova Hustles, everybody, Rideshare Rodeo, Campsite Money Plans interview me, all of them, Gary Middleton, all of them have been on HotFacts. And just like Thunder, the power of Reese and the official news, your channel only has, like, your new one only has that little bit of subs. And because it has just that little bit of subs, Pedro even went over there to try to hop in to talk about me. That's what I got. And that's when you know you're the news. Outside of that, people, we out of here like Chuck Woolery in 2 and 2. But before we do that, I got a little something.
Guys like entertaining channels, and I don't try to promote drama. Some people will look at it drama. Some people will just look at it as the facts and reality. And a lot of what drama is, it is reality with certain people and how they present it. But go check out HotFacts with Robert Reese. He has a really entertaining channel. Is very professional at what he does. You'll get a lot of good info and a lot of good laughs out of it to really make you see in the world how some people hide behind a computer screen, want to talk trash about others with complete false realities. But he is the type of guy that will bring reality and truth to his live streams, and he shuts a lot of people down. I mean, he shuts them down quick. But
brother.
Yes, because Robert Reese is Hot Facts. Hot Facts is the official news station of the gig economy. I say that everybody knows that. He's the official news station of the gig economy. He does all genres. He does delivery, food. He does real life. He does music. He does social stuff. He does government, political, conversation. So for Robert Reese to be on this live stream, to me, it's major. It's major to me because this guy is somebody who would take, like you said, images and everything you do from your channel. And he has a much broader audience than I got. I mean, this dude, Robert Reese is running 2-3 million views on shit all the time. The dude's his shorts go viral nonstop. No matter where he touches stuff on Facebook, Instagram, he touches stuff on TikTok. Whatever he touches is going to go nuts. So when I tell you, when you take pictures of the faces of these people fighting for this money, somebody who's upset that they got to move out of their apartment because of Uber and Lyft screwed them over, Robert Reese would take that and run with it. And then
hey, this is KG Sports, and you're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.